Jamie Dornan's emotional apology. I never meant to hurt Amelia. The man behind the storm. London, after weeks of silence, headlines and heartbreak, Jamie Dornan has finally spoken. The actor, once known for his charm and mystery, is now facing the most painful chapter of his life: a broken marriage, a shattered public image, and a haunting secret he can't bury. In a candid, unedited interview with Vanity Fair UK, Jamie looks visibly exhausted, replaced by a confident Christian Grey, a man filled with regret. His eyes say it all before his words. I never meant to hurt Amelia, he begins softly. She was my rock, my best friend, my home. And I destroyed it all. I don't know how to forgive myself. When love breaks down. For years, Jamie and Amelia Warner were Hollywood's quiet success story, a couple who avoided scandal, preferring domesticity in the English countryside to the red carpet. Together they built a family, raising 3 daughters in peace, while Jamie balanced fame and fatherhood. But as his global career soared, from The Fall to 50 Shades to Belfast, the pressure mounted. The endless travel, the fame and the illusion of perfection began to erode the solid foundation beneath them. It's easy to lose yourself when people tell you you're living the dream, Jamie admits. You start to believe that caring equals affection, and that's a dangerous mistake. He pauses, his hands shaking slightly. I made choices I'll regret forever. I betrayed the people who trusted me the most. The secret that changed everything. According to sources, the so-called secret child that rocked Hollywood was born 2 years ago, the result of what Jamie calls a blurred line between loneliness and hurt. In the interview, he did not name the woman involved but made it clear that the affair was short-lived and sinful from the start. I didn't plan it. I didn't want it. It was a moment that spiraled out of control. When I found out what it meant, that there was a life involved, it was like my whole world came crashing down. His voice broke when the subject of Amelia came up again. She deserved honesty, not humiliation. And I let them both down. The night he told her. Those close to the family recall the night Jamie confessed to Amelia. It was late. Their daughters were asleep. She sat silently as he spoke, tears streaming down her cheeks but no words coming out. That silence was worse than any scream, Jamie recalls. It was the sound of her heart breaking, and mine, too. That evening, Amelia packed up and returned to her mother's house with the children. From then on, they met only to discuss parenting. Seeing my girls without her, it was a never-ending punishment, he says quietly. Public backlash and private pain. When the news broke, Jamie became both a target and a focus. Overnight, the world that once admired him turned hostile. Paparazzi hounded him, and fans accused him of hypocrisy and deception. The internet is cruel, Jamie says. People forget that actors are people too. I made a terrible mistake, but I'm still a father, still trying to be better. He reveals that the pressure almost made him quit acting. There were times when I couldn't face the camera. How could I play a hero if I couldn't be a decent man? But with the help of therapy and close friends, including some co-stars who reached out privately, Jamie slowly regained his mental strength. Letters never sent. Jamie also admits that he wrote several letters to Amelia, apologies, confessions, love notes, but never sent them. They were more for me than for her, he says. Every word was a reminder of what I lost. She was my peace, my chaos, my everything. In an excerpt shared with the interviewer, his pain is clear. You gave me peace, and I brought you storms. I wish I could go back to the day before you made that choice, before you destroyed everything that was real. A father's redemption. Despite the scandal, one part of Jamie's life remains pure: his relationship with his daughters. He says they are the only reason he gets up in the morning. They were my saviors. Every laugh, every hug, reminded me that I still had something worth fighting for. Jamie revealed that he had spent the past few months being a full-time dad. No movie sets, no premieres, just pancakes, picking up kids from school, bedtime stories. That was my savior. He acknowledged that Amelia had allowed him to see the kids freely, calling her the most compassionate woman I know. Even after all that, she never used anger as a weapon. That's how I knew I never deserved her. Hollywood's response: sympathy and shock. In Hollywood, the reaction was mixed. Some celebrities publicly expressed support, while others kept their distance. His longtime 50 Shades of Grey co-star, Dakota Johnson, is said to be deeply saddened by the situation but has declined to comment publicly. However, industry insiders say Jamie's emotional honesty could mark a turning point in his career. He's showing his humanity, one producer said. And that could save him, not as an actor, but as a man. A step towards healing. Jamie was silent at the end of the interview. People think fame protects you from pain, he said. But it only makes the pain worse. When asked if he still loves Amelia, he didn't hesitate. Always. She's the love of my life. But sometimes love isn't enough when you've broken the trust that held you together. He also revealed that he's met the child rumored to be his. I can't ignore it, he confessed. That child doesn't have a choice about how they come into this world. They deserve love too. I'm going to make sure they get that love. Amelia's reaction. According to sources, Amelia has privately read Jamie's interview. Friends say she cried, not out of anger, but out of exhaustion. She's tired of being strong, a source revealed. But she was touched by his sincerity. She knows he's trying, even though it's too late. Amelia has reportedly agreed to family therapy, for the sake of the children, although a reconciliation remains uncertain. They may never be the same, a close friend said, but there's a deep bond between them. One that won't go away. A man reborn. As the interview ended, Jamie looked out the window, his reflection blurred by the rain. I may never be able to fix everything, he said, but I can still be someone my daughters won't be ashamed of. He smiled slightly, not with relief, but with acceptance. You can't erase the past. But you can decide who you're going to be when the storm passes. For the first time in months, Jamie Dornan seemed to have found peace. Not from fame, not from forgiveness, but from finally facing himself.